students, welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshita Kale and today we will learn English. Come on students, let us begin our lesson. Subject is English of Standard 3rd and the name of the story is Look Before You Leap. Students, this is a story of two little frogs. By this story, these frogs teach us a moral value. For this, I think you all are very eager to listen to this story. Isn't it? Come on, let us start the story. Long, long ago, there lived two little frogs in a pretty little pond. Colorful water lilies grew in the pond. Fishes darted about and tiny insects buzzed around. The pond was full of life. The two frogs were very close friends. They had plenty to eat in the pond. All the day long, they played about jumping from lily pad to lily pad and diving headlong in the pond. They were the happiest little frogs in the world. The frogs loved the rainy season, but the rainy season does not last forever, isn't it? The rains stopped and the weather became hot. Still, there was a lot of water and life in the pond. There was nothing to worry about. In winter, the frog friends found cozy little places at the edge of the pond. You can see there, isn't it? They spent most of their time sleeping and resting. Soon it was summer. Now the days became very hot. With the hot sun blazing in the sky, the pond began to dry. Without water, the lilies dried up. There were very few insects to be found. The frog friends were worried. Do you think the whole pond will dry up? Said the first frog. Looks like it, said the other. What shall we do then? How shall we live? We must search a place where there is plenty of water and food for us. You are right. It is hard work traveling in this hot sun, but there is no other way. Come, let us start. The sooner, the better. If we travel together, the search will be easier. So the frogs left the drying pond and began to look for a watery place. They hopped and became very tired. Just then, one of them saw a well in the distance. They rushed to the well. The well was built in stone and had a high circular wall. Here circular means round wall. Okay. The frogs hopped onto the wall and peeped inside. They saw inside the well. The well was quite deep. but there was a lot of water still left at the bottom of the well. The friends began to jump for joy. We are so fortunate, thank God, that we found this well. Our problem is solved. Our search has ended. We have found a new home. Let's jump in together. 1, 2. Wait, friend, this well is so deep and there is water left only at the bottom. But we can surely dive in. However deep the well may be, diving is our specialty. Why do you hesitate? It has occurred to me that this well is also drying up. If it dries up completely, we will have to leave this well too. I agree, but why do you hesitate now? It's because I see a problem. We can easily dive into the well. Listen students properly. It said we can easily dive into the well, but what if the well dries up? Can we jump so high that we reach the top of this wall? Shall we be able to leave the well like we left the pond? You are right, friend, said the other frog. I had not thought of this. It's good that you could foresee this problem. Foresee means future, in future. Okay, let's not leap inside. We will not jump, it said. Let's continue with our search. Yes, they took very nice decision because the well was very deep, isn't it? So it was dangerous for their life if the well dries up, isn't it? And so the two little frogs hopped on to look for safe shelter. How well it is said, look before you leave. Got this, students? So nice message they gave us, isn't it? Moral of the story. Yes, students. What is the moral of the story here? Moral of the story is look before you leave. The meaning is think before you act. If you want to do any act or anything, if you want to do, you have to think twice before that. Okay, whatever I am doing is right or wrong, that you have to think before. Okay, after that only you go for that work. Okay, students. Now we will move to the hard words. There are some hard words in the story. We will go through them. Okay. Dart. See this. Okay. This also we call as dart. The meaning is moved quickly and suddenly. What is the meaning? Moved quickly and suddenly. Okay. Next one is lily pad. See here, one of the floating leaves of a water lily. They are called as lily pads. Headlong. See here. Head first. Diving headlong means diving into the water with the head going into the water first and then the rest of the body. See, that man puts his head first in the water, then follows his body, isn't it? This is called headlong position or headlong diving. Students, now we will move to the grammar part. Okay, phrases. Today we are going to learn about the phrases. What is meant by a phrase? Here is the definition. A phrase is a small group of words that adds meaning to a word. A phrase is not a sentence because it is not a complete idea with a subject and a predicate. Students, I will give you one example. I am a girl. This is a complete sentence, isn't it? Here we can see full meaning. It gives a full meaning. I am a girl or I am a boy. It gives us complete sense of the sentence. Then it is called as sentence. But phrase, they are group of words but they do not give the complete sense of a sentence. We will go through some of the examples. It's written all over your face. This is a phrase. Again I will read. It is. Okay. It's written all over your face. Here all it is written. But what is the real meaning? Real meaning is it is clear what you are feeling by the expression on your face. Sometimes we say, na, your face tells different thing and you are talking different thing. Whatever you are talking, it is not matching with your face expression. Isn't it? Your teacher tells sometimes na, that is the real meaning. And the phrase is, it's written all your face, means face is telling the truth and you are telling the lie. Got this, students? Next one. He's been burning the candle at both ends. See this? He is burning the candle at both ends. Here also, but this is not a real meaning. Real meaning is he is been working from early in the morning until late at night without time to rest. Means he is working from morning till night. He is working very hard. Got this? This is the real meaning. This is a phrase. He is been burning the candle at both ends is a phrase. But the real meaning is like this, that he is working very hard from morning till night without taking rest. Here we will move to your text. Okay, guess the meaning of the following phrases and then use them in your own sentences. First we have to find out the meaning of the phrase, real meaning of the phrase, and then we have to use the phrase in our own sentence. Okay, we will try. First one, long, long ago. What is the meaning of long, long ago? Here, long, long ago is a phrase. What is the real meaning of this? The meaning is in the distant past. Got this? In the distant past. बहुत पीछे, बहुत दिन पहले, बहुत साल पहले. In the distant past. Okay? We will use that one in the sentence. Long, long ago, there lived a king who was very kind. Got this? Okay, we will move to next one. Jump for joy. Jump for joy. The meaning is become very happy. When we become very happy, we jump. Correct? So that is nothing but jump for joy. The sentence is, he jumped for joy on being told the news. He passed in the interview, and by listening this, he jumped for joy. Okay. Next one. All day long. The meaning is during the entire day, full day, from morning till night. Okay. All day long. And the sentence is, all day long he sits here and watches TV. A boy is there. Full day he watches TV. How we have written here? All day long he sits here and watches TV. Got this, students? How to find out the meaning and how to use the phrase in your own sentence. Okay? You take some phrases and try to make the sentences of your own. Okay? Students, this is also from your textbook. What precautions will you take on the following occasions? Precautions means what alert, how you will become alert, or precaution means in advance how you will take care of something. Okay, about the following things, following occasions, situations. Okay, we will see. First one, crossing the road. Yes, you walk on road, isn't it? Sometimes you want to cross the road, you want to go to left or you want to go to right side of the road, then you have to cross the road. Yes, there you must have to take some precautions while crossing the road. Children, we will discuss about this. Okay, first, if it is a highway or big road, wide road, then we have to follow the signals, isn't it? You know, this is a signal pole, isn't it? Here 3 colors are there on the signal pole. This is red color, yellow color and green color, isn't it? 3 colors, they tell us about, red colors tell us to stop, yellow color tell us be ready, correct? And the green tells us to move, isn't it? So when the green comes, we have to move, isn't it? For pedestrians or means for walking people also, this signal helps, right? So on a wide road or on highways, we have to follow the signals. Okay. Next, use zebra crossing. See this. This is called as zebra crossing. How the zebra has 2 colors, black and white. Here also black and white colors, otherwise here a little yellow color is there. This is called zebra crossing. You have to use this to cross the road. How this girl is using, she is waiting to cross the road. Correct? Yes. You also have to follow the signals, and when the green signal comes, then you have to cross by using the zebra crossing. Okay. Next, follow the safe road crossing procedure. Means if signal is not there on the road, then you have to follow the safe road crossing procedure. What is that? Here you can see, stop. Look to your left and to your right. Okay. Then you listen. If any vehicle is coming, then you can hear the sound of the vehicle, isn't it? So listen carefully. If nothing is there, no sound is there, then move and cross the road. Got this, students? What is the procedure? First stop, look to your left and right and again left. Then listen carefully, and if it is nothing, no sound is there, no vehicle is coming, then move quickly. Okay, this you have to follow, and these are the precautions you have to take while crossing the road. Second one is boarding a bus or getting down from it. See this picture. The students, they are in line to board the bus. Boarding the bus means getting inside the bus. Okay. And getting down the bus means bus से बाहर आना, नीचे उतरना. Boarding means bus में चढ़ना. Okay. What precautions you have to take? We'll see. First, always wait until the bus has come to a complete stop. But this, always wait, don't make hurry until the bus has come to a complete stop. Number 2, remain in the seat until the bus comes to a complete stop. If you want to get down, remain in the seat, don't stand before the bus stops. We sit in the bus and until the bus comes to a complete stop. Okay, when it stops, then stand up and then slowly get down. Third, when you leave the bus, hold the handrail and take 2 large steps away from the bus. Got that? When you leave the bus, you got down. Now you are leaving the bus. Then how to leave this? You have to hold the handrail. Handrail means the rod. Okay. And take 2 large steps away from the bus. बस से दूर खड़े होना. जब भी बस निकलती है, बस से दूर खड़े होना है. Okay. See, these are the precautions you have to take while boarding the bus and getting down from the bus. Got this, students? We will move to next. Jumping down. If you want to jump down from the height, what precautions you have to take? See, these students, they are jumping down, isn't it? See how they are jumping. They are jumping with full concentration, isn't it? We will go through. First, guess the depth. You have to guess the depth. Okay. Next one, land on both feet. Try to land on both feet. How you can see in this GIF. Next, don't try to break your fall with your hands. Don't touch the earth with the hands. Okay, you have to land on both feet. Next, concentrate on your action. While doing this jump, you have to concentrate on your action. Not to see here, there, or not to talk. Okay, you have to concentrate on your action. We will move to next one. Next one is on a picnic in a new place. Students, when you go on a picnic in a new place, first thing is to collect the information of the picnic spot in advance. Okay, you decide one picnic spot, isn't it? Then before going or before visiting that place, you have to collect the information about that place or that picnic spot. About where is it, how long it is from your place, and what all we will get there, and what are the timings of that place, if it is garden, park, etc. Okay, we have to collect the information of the picnic spot in advance. Second, carry sufficient food and water. Yes, if you get good food, then it's okay. So it is good to carry sufficient food and your home water. Be alert and take care of your belongings. Yes, this is very important. You have to take care of your belongings. Okay, whatever things you have to take care of them. Next is do remain with your group. You should be in one group, not to go away from the group. That will become very dangerous. Okay, so you should remain in your group. These you have to follow when you are on a picnic in a new place. Got this? Next is going somewhere on your own, means alone. You are going alone. Then what precautions you have to take? First one, be alert and take care of your belongings. See, this boy is going alone. Okay. First, what we have to do? Be alert. You have to be alert and take care of our belongings. Second, take the help of police if you find any difficulty. If any difficulty arises, then we have to go directly to the police. And we have to take the help of the police. Okay. Next, don't talk to strangers. Strangers means unknown person. You don't know them. Then please don't talk to them. Okay. Next, be in contact with your parents. You in between talk to your parents, your mother, father, relatives. You should be in contact with your parents. Got this, students? Are you going to follow all these? Very nice. Next one is climbing a tree. What precautions we have to take while climbing a tree? First one, guess the height of the tree. While jumping, we have to guess the depth, isn't it? Here we have to guess the height of the tree. Next, be sure about the rigidity of the stem of the tree on which you are going to climb. Rigidity means your strength. Okay, how strong it is. Can it take my weight or not? Like that you have to think before climbing the tree. Concentrate on your action. Here also concentration is very must. Okay, you have to concentrate on your action. Not to talk, not to see here, there, right? So that you can climb easily. Students, so many things we discussed today, isn't it? The precautions while crossing the road, on a picnic in a new place, while boarding and getting down from the bus, going somewhere on your own, jumping down, climbing up, isn't it? So try to follow all these rules. Okay? Now, proverb. What is the meaning of proverb? Proverb are nothing but a good thoughts. Okay? The early bird catches the worm. This is a proverb. The early bird catches the worm. What is the meaning here? You should wake up and start work early if you want to succeed. Got this? Once again I will tell you. You should wake up and start work early if you want to succeed. This is the meaning of the proverb, the early bird catches the worm. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. This is the proverb. What is the meaning here? You can offer somebody an opportunity to do something, but you can't force them to do it. See here, we can see here a horse in the water. We can bring the horse up to the water, but it is not possible for us to make it drink. The horse should willingly, it must drink the water. Correct? We can't do that one. We can't force it like that. We can offer somebody an opportunity. The teacher helps students like you, right? She tells each and everything about studies, moral values, all the things. But whose responsibility it is to follow all this? Yours, isn't it? So this is the proverb. Next, you snooze, you lose. See, this man is clipping on the laptop, right? He is losing everything. It is better to act or deal with problems immediately. If you wait, things will get worse. Yes, dear students, if you want to work, if you want to do homework, do first and then play. Okay, don't tell I will play first, I will sleep first, then I will do. Then what happens? You will forget, right? And second day, teacher will punish you. Otherwise, you will not get in contact with the next portion. Who will suffer? You only will suffer, right? So, please do the work first, then take rest. Or if you want to play, you can play afterwards. First, do your work. Got this? Next, two heads are better than one. Means, when two people cooperate with each other, they are more likely to solve a problem than one person doing it alone. See here, if one person is doing any work, then he thinks by his only one mind, isn't it? If two or more persons are there, then what happens? All two or all three, they will think about the same problem and they will come up with more solutions, isn't it? So, this is two heads are better than one, tells us about this.
Thank you very much for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon to get new updated videos.